you so much and receive Christian greetings in the name of Jesus. I am well and born again. Thank you because of this opportunity, of course, to God, because of giving us the honor of deliberating on one or two items, sitting here in the capacity of the JPRC Secretary, Thome P.C.E.A Church, as we continue observing the JPRC week. And like we have been saying repeatedly, our theme is coming from Isaiah 1, verse 17. We are looking into learning how to do right, seeking justice, encouraging the oppressed, defending the cause of the fatherless, pleading the case of the widow. And it is our responsibility to make sure that we really exercise the theme of JPRC this year as we continue serving in this week and even later after this. And today I'm privileged to have a lawyer with us who will help us understand a number of things, especially in as far as a very important body in this country is concerned. Whenever you mention IEBC, hands actually turn, including mine. Karibu sana wakili.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Karibu sana. He is wakili Waruingi Mwangi, and I'm sure he has a number of things to teach us today. Now, wakili, karibu sana.
Asante sana. It's my pleasure to be with the fraternity of Thome P.C.E.A.
Sure.
I hope we'll be able to learn a lot.
Sure, we are expectant of this, and I'm sure we'll be able to learn a lot.
Asante.
And I just said that anytime anyone mentions IEBC, especially after every 5 years in this country, hands turn, including mine and yours.
Yeah, sure. I think you can compare working in IEBC like working in a kitchen. Sometimes you say that if you can't withstand the heat, you quit the kitchen. So it's been that way since time immemorial.
Sure.
Starting with the time of the Kivuito, 2002, coming to 2005 when he carried on with a successful referendum, then getting to 2007, then we came to the time of the Isaac Hassan. It's been a hot place working with IEBC, but we hope that matter is sober up. We are in a new dispensation since we promulgated the constitution in 2010, and we'll be able to look on all those issues.
What is this animal, IEBC?
IEBC simply means Independent and Electoral Boundary Commission. It's a commission that is entitled with overseeing any electoral matters in Kenya. And remember, we have 6 electoral units. We have the presidency, we have the governor, we have the woman representative, we have the senator, we have the county assembly. So the body that is oversees constitutionally with the overlooking at the election of those electoral units is the IEBC. Mind you, IEBC has also extended mandates in terms of looking to other elections. Sometimes it's even invited to oversee the FIFA election, the Law Society of Kenya election. And if for anybody that probably require an electoral process that is credible, it can also invite IEBC. So IEBC is the one that constitutionally envisaged to check on the election of those electoral matters constitutionally. And IEBC is established under Article 8 of the Constitution on the representation where it's defined. And IEBC is composed into 2. One, the commission, and secondly, the secretariat. The commission is led by the chair and other 6 commissioners to make them 7 commissioners. So that the commission, the main role of the commission is to make policy. And the second role of the commission is to oversee the laws of the secretariat. So having described the commission, which is led by the chair and the vice chair, another 5 commissioners, because the total IEBC has 7 commissioners. We now look at the secretariat. The secretariat is led by the CEO. The main role of the secretariat is to oversee the running of the day-to-day activities. there are things to be bought. It has a procurement department led by the directorate's head of procurement. IEBC has many suits against it. It has a legal department. IEBC has to make communication. It has a communication department. All these departments are overseen by a CEO. So the CEO does or look into the day-to-day activities. There are ballot papers to be purchased. They go through a procurement process, which is a tendering process. Then all those things are overlooked by the CEO. Then the CEO and the secretariat are they're overseen by the commission, even as it makes policy for the IEBC. Yeah. So that's the two composition of the IEBC. Then the other people, of course, there are also a lot of other people who work for the IEBC, but a lot of those people follow under the secretariat. We have what we call the ROs. ROs are the returning officer. We have 47 returning officers
in every county.
For every county. Then we have a returning officer for every constituency. And then we have a preceding officer for every polling station. So all those people have, they also oversee electoral units under the major electoral units like the county and the constituency. If it's the county, then it has a returning officer. If it's the constituency, it has a returning officer. Then the polling station then has what we call the proceeding officers. Then the rest of the people are either the clerks or the other support system that the IEBC recruits to enable a credible or a functional election. Yeah.
Thank you. The bone of contention has always been in the appointment of the IEBC commissioners. And maybe I can ask you today, if we were to have a by-election, which should be happening very soon because of the MCA who the other day had an accident, and by-elections are likely to happen for whatever reason, would we have a body that would oversee that?
As per now, we don't have a body in place for the commissioners. You remember that 3 of them went on a retire. Then 4 of them resigned. 3 resigned and 1 was pushed out by the tribunal. So as we speak, we don't have a commissioner. So it's not fully composed. Remember, there is what the Constitution and the IEBC Act was prescribed. And it was one of the bone of contention during the BBI case, both in the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court, whether the IEBC was properly constituted when the bill was appearing them and they were verifying even the signatures. So as per now, remember the court gave a very firm decision on the composition of the commission whenever an electoral process must be taken. Mind you, for now, we don't even have one of the commissioners in place. So as a nation, we find ourselves in a very precarious position, in a way that even if you, any of your church member wanted to move a constitutional amendment through Article 257 of the Popular Initiative, there is no commission to receive the bill. There is no commission to verify. Remember, the Supreme Court pronounced itself in an obiter dicta ruling that it's the IEBC that is entitled to verify the signature. And in that case, the IEBC, meaning the commission, so we don't have a commission in place. Secondly, we have a constitutional timeline that we need to review boundary on or before 2024. So we ought to have a commission that is in place, commencing on incepting the process of boundary review as premised or as requested by the Constitution. So we find ourselves as a country in a very peculiar position.
As we speak in the country, maybe as we wind up, there are demonstrations going on, and one of the reasons is because of the appointment of the IEBC commissioners. What is the process
It's good to try to either decipher or annex between the politics of the IEBC and what the law states. Because sometimes what happens with the demonstration and of course the government opposing the demonstration or things that are brought by the people demonstrating in terms of the IEBC, sometimes they are political vis-a-vis what the law says.
Yeah.
That is what the law has prescribed. If you go through Article 88, that the one that established IEBC and even gives eligibility of the members to be picked by the IEBC, there is a very clear procedure. Secondly, that process is now more premised in the what we call the IEBC Act. Remember, we say the parent law is the Constitution. Then we normally have what we call the enabling law. So the enabling law of the Article 88 of the Constitution is the Independent and Boundaries Act, which is Act number 9 of 2019. It gives the procedure in terms of how the Commission should pick. We should have a select committee. The select committee should have certain bodies, people representing certain bodies. Then we should have a Kenyan applying. Then the select committee should go through the applications, and then we will come up with the suitable members. So what people who are demonstrating and arguing, they want our all inclusive process. Then out of the first round of demonstration, they came up with a bipartisan committee. And bipartisan committee was more of a committee formed out of the goodwill. So it was not a committee born out of a legal process, because there is no such prescribed either in the Constitution or the IEBC. But as we speak, there is a Constitution and there is a IEBC Act that prescribes how the Commission should be picked. So whether the bipartisan process goes on or not, there is a process that is well prescribed in the law.
Okay. Wow, thank you so much. Maybe as we finish on this, why are we always on the neck of the IEBC chairman?
Not necessarily the chairman. I think it's
the whole commission.
It's the entire IEBC.
Yeah.
You remember for 2017, it was the CEO.
Yeah.
You remember for different electoral units, it's normally the R or the PO, presiding officer. It's because the IEBC oversees a political process. Yeah. We say that politics is a tradition of conflict. Yeah. And it's a game of interest. So because of the many interests coming to play and the amount of money that people use to make sure that they achieve those interests, that's where now most of the IEBC officials, may it be the commissioners or the CEO or the other returning officer, find themselves in between that tradition of conflict.
Thank you so much. Mine is to appreciate you.
Thank you so much
for sparing these minutes to educate and inform Christians, because we cannot just be going to heaven by faith and we do not know what is happening in the surroundings. And I really appreciate you for that wonderful time. And I'm sure there are so many other things that we can keep discussing. And I'm sure when I call you again, you'll be willing to give us more insights.
Thank you so much. Most obliged.
Thank you so much, and God bless you. He is Waruingi Mwangi, a lawyer in our beautiful, great nation of Kenya. And I'm sure now you know. Until next time, of which I know we are going to discuss many other things. Bye-bye, and God bless you.